One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, former Green Bay Packer, Seahawk, Texan, and now video game esports enthusiast, but coaching it as well at the college level at the University of Nebraska just recently. And so you're into my lounge, where this is your weekly catch up on things all going on in the gaming world, from esports competitions to what's going on with PlayStation, Sony, or PlayStation or Xbox, I'm sorry. Twitch, whatever, Switch, yep, all that fun stuff going on. Latest news, hottest game releases, and in-depth discussion with industry topics and things like that. So whether you're a casual gamer or you're a hardcore gamer or even an esports fan on top of it, my Gamers Lounge, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge is the place for everyone. All right, so grab your controller, get settled in, and join us for as we dive. Well, not me, well, us, not us, but me, since my rest of my crew's not here yet, and I think they're working actually. So join me, and welcome to the world of gaming. So I'm your host, Ahman. What's up, OG? Saw you in the comments there. What's the first in here, OG John? How you doing? Hope you're good there. So on Twitch, we're streaming out on a few platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. I'm glad I've been working on getting other platform stuff, also Millions, and got to get connected back to LinkedIn. Something was awry there with the sign in there. What's up, Keto, man? Keto been helping us out with getting information, getting the show ready. So appreciate the support there. So for myself, I haven't done much since the last show. I've just been hanging at home. I say really, I've been doing much. Say at home for consistent days and weeks. It feels so good. Get the recharge, the battery. Didn't get the opportunity to go out to Cleveland to hang out with Fight for Rare, Tommy, his family, and son Raiden. And so we'll get an opportunity next month in October. I believe they're going to have streamers like myself stream for their cause for Fight for Rare. So I'll be doing that sometime in October. So watch my show to social media for that. So make sure you like, you share, you follow me to find out information about that, but about, of course, what I'm doing day to day and with the show and all that fun stuff. So yeah, this past week, man, past weekend, like I said, chill. We went to the movie, saw a good movie with Halle Berry called Never Let Go. It's a horror movie. It's not too it's creepy, but it's not like just in your face scary. It's just a little bit, for my opinion, because I'm a veteran at horror movies. So a movie that has to scare me has to be like The Conjuring times 100. Like it's happening to me. Like I could feel stuff touching me in the seat. That's what it get me to like jump out of my skin. So when I watch something now, I'm just breaking it down like I'm watching Monday Night Football. Oh man, then, she shouldn't have went that way. She should have went the other way. Why would you open that book? Don't open that book that says do not open. I'm breaking it down like that. I'm being like Chris Berman, or Joe Buck and Troy Aikman for horror movies. So they don't really shake me too much. My wife, on her hand, she's gotten better as the time we've been together We've been together for a long time. So she's now at the point where she's watching movies actually by herself. I'll throw in a little anecdote during the day. She's getting better though. So shout out to my wife. She's been doing awesome in the horror game movie industry or horror movie watching. We're gonna be amping that up too here in the next 6 days. I'll be in my October horror movie month. So you've been following me I think it was like in 2019 or 2020. I started making sure, like I started doing it anyway, where I was watching for the month of October, every day I watch a horror movie. Then I started posting on my social media. So giving everybody a rundown of what I was doing every day. Sometimes I did double headers, triple headers, because it was the weekend or what have you, or stuff that was new in theaters or stuff that's on stream. Sometimes I just go down the queue in Netflix and Prime and Hulu, and just Hulu has good stuff. They do a Halloween category. Netflix has their horror movies and horror TV shows. Prime does a good job. So every streaming app has I give them 2 thumbs up for what they cover once October gets here. So appreciate y'all for that. Shout out to Prime and Hulu and Netflix. Come holler at me. We can help out, work with each other on that standpoint. And so, but I don't know about game. I know for gaming standpoint, what y'all been playing, OG? Aikido, what you been playing? I know I've been playing a lot of college football, and I mentioned that in Madden. But another game I started picking up was is 2K Golf, 2K23 Golf on my Xbox, and I've stepped my game up. I mean, at least in the virtual sense, I know my golf game is on point. Like the best game round I've had is a 7 under or 8 under, and I'm like, so I'm getting Tiger Woods on this thing. So that I'm super excited about that. And so now I just started playing FIFA or FC 24 because TF 25 is about to drop. I'm just going to wait for Game Pass stuff. I'm not going to buy a disc for it because I have played other ones, and I have 23 and 22. I think they're all pretty much the same other than new players here and there. So Aikido's at also Platinum Astrobot already. That thing is what, 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old? You got that thing platinum out. Nice. I just platinum straight last night. Oh, the cat game. So I just started playing Star Wars Outlaws. So I'm just getting into that. So I'm nowhere near finishing it off. So just so you know, Keto, you definitely got me up. You got one up on me. So I seen you on golf. That sounds good. Still gotta run Tekken 8. Hey, I'm taking down Tampa. Shout out to Tampa Never Sleeps fighting game channel here on Twitch. So TSE, and that's what they go by, but it's called Tampa Never Sleeps. So if y'all are any fans of fighting games, that is a fun. They have tournaments, a fun tournament organizer to go roll with. They run their tournaments, I think 7 days a week, of all different game titles. The ones prevalent: Guilty Gear, Smash, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and any other game. And they go retro sometimes too. But shout out to Tento. He's one of the casters there. I actually casted it last week, last Tuesday. And I think I'm gonna go a couple times a month, so I'm not overwhelmed because I'm like doing. I don't know if what y'all do. I don't know if everybody knows what I'm doing. Like I'm doing this podcast right from 2 to 3 or a little bit after 3, and then yesterday, if you probably tripped on coming on my Twitch channel, I was doing the Green and Gold G Lounge with my 2 teammates, Gilbert Brown and Dorsey Levin. So I do that at 10:30 every Tuesday, and then one that is recorded. You can find it on your Apple Podcasts. What's it? trying to think, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you download your podcasts at. Believe in Packers. I do that with a good friend of mine and former coworker, Alex Fernando at the University of Nebraska. We go over Packer games. We've been doing the Packer games for the last, obviously, 3 weeks. And speaking of Packers, NFL college football has been crazy. I think now all the college teams and all the NFL teams are like getting comfortable in their new environments for new players transferring to the draft through the transfer portal for college players, free agency through NFL players, new players getting players to old teams like CeeDee Lamb getting new contracts. And shout out to CeeDee Lamb, man. He did another interview, since his game, and they didn't have a great game, and obviously the cameras caught the sideline conversations with him and some of his teammates, and he held himself accountable, and it was beautiful. I just wish more. I think more and more athletes are starting to do that, hold themselves accountable for what they did in a game to lose, and you got to do that. That's how the better players get better. What's up, I'm Campo? How you doing? And so shout out to CeeDee Lamb on that, man, giving off saying, hey, man, this is on me. I did this. I did that. I know I did that for myself as a player. I always looked at internally what I could do better in the game, what I could have done. Even in win or lose, I was always dissecting how I can make my game better. How can I be the best running back I could be for the team whatever team I was on. And it started back in college, but once I got to the pros, it became my job to know everything just as much as the quarterback knew. So shout out to that. Shout out to any athlete, or I say for sure CeeDee Lamb. And hopefully they turn around. It's only the first month of the season for you Cowboy fans, so don't worry about it. So it's a marathon, not a race. So we got a lot of football to go, a lot of college football to go. Michigan a couple of weeks got beat up by Texas, but this past weekend they beat, I believe, USC. So it's a college football, pro football, or any professional sport. It's waves up and down, dips and valleys. You got high points and you got low points. So roll with it, be consistent, and you make it through. So that is the check-in so far. So I hope everyone had a great week, since last week's show. So we get into the show here a little bit. A little shout out to Sly. So play is an essential part of life, whether it's digital or outdoors exploring. Your world is fun. Keep the good times rolling. Support your play with Sly Boost, Sly Chill, and Sly Dream. So you guys make sure you explore. All right, let's get into the quick hit news bites here for today. I'm going to be a little bit slow with everything because I have an issue with my computer. So I'm on my laptop right now. So this thing might be a little slow to call, but boom, there it is. All right. So quick. Nope. Hold up. Let me get all the banners going first because I can't. Got that going down below. And then, I got to do the music. Hold up. Boom. Awesome. I got beat up there. So, quick hit news bite here. And I guess, like I mentioned, shout out to Akito with the help here. So, in Stellar, it's a Stellarblade versus Stellarblade as Louisiana company sues PlayStation and Shift Up over name and rights. So, Stellarblade is seeking damages for an injunction against the PlayStation exclusive game. So, Stellarblade, the developer Shift Up, and publisher Sony are being sued by another company by the name of Stellarblade. So you get that understanding there. So a Louisiana-based film production company, called itself also Stellarblade, is alleging trademark infringement and claiming its business is being damaged by the Shift Up's name of their game. So here's the complaint, which has been viewed by IGN. So this article is on IGN.com. You can go check it out, read the rest of the article. So was filed in Louisiana court earlier this month by Stellarblade LLC and owner Griffin Chambers Mahaffey against Shift Up Sony, an unnamed insurance company that the plaintiff claims covers Sony's interactive entertainment and liability insurance against these very allegations Stellarblade is bringing down. So in the lawsuit, Stellarblade and Mahaffey claim that the Louisiana company has been around since 2010, so providing multimedia entertainment services such as film, documentaries, commercials, and music video services. So the lawsuit also alleges that Mahaffey has owned Stellarblade.com since 2006 and has been using it in conjunction with his own work since 2011. So Mahaffey notes that that when Shift Up first announced its game, it was under the product title Project Eve back in 2019. But obviously since then, however, the name has been changed to Stellarblade back in 2022, and not long after that, January of 2023, Shift Up first registered Stellarblade as a video game related trademark. So Mahaffey registered his own trademark for Stellarblade in June of 2023. So then it was sent a cease and desist letter to Shift Up a month later. So that's where the company, small company, taking a chance, trying to fight for basically fight for your rights to party or to make video games. I'll say that against Sony. So I know for me in this case right here, and just hearing this, man, it's it's big Goliath company versus a smaller company. I believe that hopefully they get their just due out of it. It's just unfortunate that I don't think PlayStation intentionally obviously went after creating that name similar to what that they weren't thorough. Usually companies of that standard are thorough about finding out if they come up with a game, they're coming up with a new product, to go through all the different avenues of information to find out, making sure this name is not already trademarked or copyrighted, because then you have this issue. So for a smaller company, obviously you want to put the line in the ground, because if you don't do that, then the bigger companies will just walk over the smaller companies. So in previous other claims, Mahaffey and his customers were able to find information about his business easily. So now people are searching Stellarblade's work on the internet only find Stellarblade the video game. So that's where they got to step in, because now his company is getting overlooked by the video game. So additionally, he alleges that the trademarks of his own business are confusingly similar, citing the color schemes of both logos and the stylized est, the letter S that's in the first part of the name. And if you can see it there on the screen, so that, I believe that is McAfee's trademark logo right there. And then here is the video games trademark and logo. So yeah, there's some similarities there. And if you're a business owner, you put your heart and soul, you put your passion into it, and you build out a logo, you build out a name, a brand, and you're being represented, and you're represented in some way. I think you definitely got to obviously fight to make sure you keep your IP, you keep what is yours. And if somebody wants to infringe on that, yeah, you got to step up and definitely say something about it, and just check them and say, hey, this is my name also, and you want to create that boundary between you and that company to make sure you don't get your rights taken away during the process, or your name being taken away, because people associate that, like it said in an article. We got Keto says during Nintendo was doing the same thing with Paul World. Oh my goodness! So you could go ahead, knock it out, read the rest of the article. You go over there to ing.com. That's where I found the article, or that's where Keto found the article. Shout out to Keto, good article there. So I want to find another one. So it was like that one, a little dark and gloomy, because it's a little sue action, but for politics and making sure they got their business right in terms of Griffin. And he makes sure he gets his company, where his company, people know who he is and what he is, and they're not going to be overrun by Sony and the video game that they put out by the same name. So good luck in the fight, Mr. McAfee. I hope everything goes well and you get your just due in there. And so Keto, supposedly Nintendo is trying to sue for multiple patent infringement with Paul World. Okay. Well, yeah, Paul World, it has, when I first saw it, I was just thinking all about Pokemon. And I'm like, man, this is like, what's the difference? And so I think a lot of video game companies may walk on the fringe, or developers might walk on the fringe of stuff, because I know there's some games that are very close to each other in gameplay and some of the design, the look of the game. And so, yeah, I think it happened a lot more. I think this happens a lot more than what we know about. Seeing this here with Sony, hopefully, like I said, it comes out okay for Mr. McAfee and his company. He's able to get his rights back or whatever he needs to fight to get in this situation. So and it does stay in the line. It says Mr. McAfee established rights before adopting the identical trademark. So we believe in fair competition, but when larger companies disregard the established rights of smaller businesses, it's our responsibility to stand up and protect our own brand. Boom. So there you go. Like I said, big David and Goliath, David being the small person, Sony being, or Griffin being the David, and Sony being the Goliath. You got to stand up for your rights and for your name. All right. And so another fun, news article that was brought to my attention, which is always fun to find out about new games that are coming out. So the state of play here, let me get my computer on. There it is, the state of play, and all the state of play. So PlayStation state of play. So what goes down in PlayStation state of play. It is all the big announcements of games coming out for the fourth quarter of 2024 or fourth quarter of the year, and some sequels, some new games we've heard about that companies been working on for years. So it's going on this. I haven't really checked this out, only because I wanted it to be, for me, like a surprise. So I'm seeing this for the first time. I hope y'all have some fun. I know I read about PlayStation 6 coming out in a year, another year or two. But it is in other PlayStation news. This is PS5 Pro. That's what it is. PS5 Pro goes on sale. It's going to go on sale in November. Pre-orders for the console are at $700. So it says pre-orders for the $700 console open on September 26th. Wow, $700. So I'm gonna have to read up on it. Aikido, if you haven't, you might want to check it out. What is all in this console, this Pro, right? The PlayStation, I know it's been out since 2020, but the Pro is like, what else is it going to do? That's going to make it more enticing to put another 700 down. So, and then Aikido says the 30th edition limited editions go on live tomorrow. So this is like an anniversary system. It says the slick looking PS5 anniversary system. Oh, hold up. Let me look at it. Let me see if the picture's here. It pops up. Does it have it in here? Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, here it is. Boom. Oh, so it's that gray, the old gray color. Oh, but it's only 1 terabyte, which these days is not a ton of memory. But I like the look. Okay, I see what they did. The first PlayStation 1 was this color, kind of this. It was a gray color, and I think PlayStation, and then it changed every PlayStation after that. PlayStation 2 was black and kind of looked like a storage block for a big computer. That's what it looked like. So PS1 gray, that's pretty cool. But I don't know about the $700. That's kind of steep, Yeah. But if I could get it in a contest and win, and there's the 30th anniversary, they have a little bit of everything. Okay, they have bigger memory. So that was okay. They're coming out with 2 versions. I see. Like I said, I didn't read this article, so this is all new information. Me reading it through this. So they are going to have. So they're going to have two models: the 30th anniversary console, PS5 color and everything, and then another one, the 30th anniversary console, 2 terabytes, which is awesome. 2 looks like 2 wireless controllers. You got an Edge one and a regular one. You have console cover for disc drive add-on, vertical stand, original PlayStation controller style, cable connector housing, and 4 PlayStation shape cable ties. There you go. PlayStation sticker, limited edition PlayStation poster, 1 of 30 possible designs. So that'll be cool. That'll be a collector's item, right? And then PlayStation paperclip. Okay. I like that. And then there's the PlayStation Portal remote player, also 30th anniversary edition. God, 30 years. Yep, 1994. That's when this thing came out. 2 terabyte. That's going to be nice. So far, what I'm seeing, like I said, this is the first time me looking at things. So my reaction, good job with the memory. 2 terabytes of memory. That's awesome. I like this, the portable remote player that came out. I believe it came out last year, but haven't had an opportunity to really play it myself or mess around with it. But it looks, anything handheld, I think is awesome in terms of the gaming sense. Then you have your wireless controller, your DualSense wireless controller, 30th anniversary edition. And then also another one, a DualSense wireless controller. What's the difference here? I know it looks a little bit different there. So that's the Edge. The top one is the Edge wireless controller. The bottom one is just the regular Sony PlayStation controller. And these are the boxes that would come in and kind of look similar to the old boxes that the games came out, or the system came out 30 years ago. These boxes here, this white one here is definitely new. But God, as a collector, I'm gonna be pushed into it. Maybe do it. I know my wife is gonna be like, "What are you doing? You buying a console again?" You know. Like I need another hole in. It's like having getting another console like I have, like I need another hole in the head. I know my mom used to say that all the time. But no, good system here. So that's one announcement, big announcement here. So let's go back to the page there. So we have that, and we have what's that? Also, Sony treated viewers to an assortment of PS5 and PSVR2 games from first and third party studios. The existence of the state of play leaked ahead of time, as did one of the slow expected reveals of Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered collection, so which is subsequently confirmed during the briefing here. So let's scroll on down. So we had Astro Bot free DLC coming to the new Astro Bot game that was released about a month ago now. So you have that. That's pretty cool. The Midnight Walk. Looks like a nice, also VR game, atmospheric VR game for PS5 and PSVR2 is in the works from Moon Hood Studios there. Hell is Us. Okay, I like the name of the title. I like the title of that game. Hell is Us. It's just right to the point. So there's a new game. It's called Hell is Us from Rogue Factor and Nikon in development with PS5. There you go. Ooh, what game is this? Metroid Awakening VR shooter from in the popular Metro universe. This game will be released November 7th and was confirmed during the state of play. And Keto, from the showcase, when it was announced, the gameplay wasn't that graphic wise from the normal PS5s. And also that's a Soul Bird. It looked like interesting. Gotcha. And we have the Arkrich Chronicles there is coming to PS5 also. So we have some new games, a lot of new games. Paul World. I figured Paul World was already on PS5, but I guess not. Or it says Paul World, the Pokemon inspired open world survival games coming to PS5. I did not know it was not on PS5, but also launching despite of lawsuit, as we just talked about. So that'll be interesting. Let's scroll on down here. Lunar Remastered Collection. Okay, I'm not aware of this game, but there's something new. Looks like a fun anime storyline game, RPG action going on. All right, I know this guy here, Sonic the Hedgehog movie pack. Yes, indeed. So you got DLC of Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow Generations based on the upcoming movies coming to the game, featuring Keanu Reeves as Shadow. Oh man, it's just knocking it out the park, man. It's crazy. He was in Cyberpunk. We just start off Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Then you go into Speed, and then the Matrix, and then John Wick, and now Sonic. He's one of many actors that has been able to basically, like, if actors had Super Bowls, well, they have Academy Awards, but he's not sometimes in the running for that. But let's just say Super Bowls, he's got some rings. Point Break, yep, great movie with Keanu Reeves. And I know he did Ronin, one of the samurai movies too. I mean, he's that dude from, honestly, ever since, 47 Ronin, but ever since Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure, he just finds the good scripts or stories that he just fits in right. And so that's going to be fun, have him as Shadow in the Sonic Hedgehog drama trilogy there. We got Shredder's Revenge, which I've been playing that on my PC. When my PC shut down, we're gonna be working on it next couple of days. Try to get it fixed. I think the power brick just died on it, and that's not good. Oh, but anyway, back to the PlayStation State of Play here. Shredder's Revenge. I've been playing that on Steam. That's fun. That's nostalgic right there for you. And so they got new DLC coming for you if you have been. So Radical Reptiles was announced during the State of Play. That means more. So you got 2 new fighters join Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Shredder's Revenge. So that's pretty dope right there. Okay, and this is a looks like anime Neo Dimension. So Fantasian Neo Dimension was announced, coming out December 5th. Dragon Age, I've heard of that, pretty good. The Veil Guards coming out also was announced there. Let me see. Oh, Alan Wake 2, new DLC. Alan Wake 2 did come out earlier this year, I believe. But you got some new DLC. Lake House expansion release date arrives before Halloween. So good job. I could get that going. I might get it. It is a little creepy game. I played the first one, and I believe I beat it. I liked it. And it was heavy. No, it was Heavy Rain. That's the one I played on PlayStation. So, Justin, what you say here? Justin says, never thought we'd get a Keanu Reeves and Jim Carrey collab. Excited for the movie. Hey, you know what? That's a good little observation. I didn't realize that. They haven't done a movie? Really? Interesting. So we got Hitman. Ooh, VR Hitman. I wonder if this is on Oculus. I would, because I have Oculus. I don't have the PlayStation VR 2. So it's Hitman World of Assassin for VR is launching this December on PS VR 2. It brings a new perspective to the world of contract killing. Hey, this was my game. Remember, I think last week I mentioned about mental health and playing video games and making it one of those, when you play video games, you kind of release yourself and like it helps you relax. So this was one of the games I was relaxing in when I had time at home to do nothing. So Hitman was the game I would play. I have a recent one. I still haven't broken out the plastic yet, which is terrible. But if it's on Oculus, I will try and download it. If not, I'll maybe if I'm a good kid, I'll put it on my Christmas list and get the PS VR for Christmas. There you go. It says, how you like an Oculus? Definitely had been eyeballing them, and I'm inching closer to irresponsible decision. I like it a lot. It's good. So I don't that definitely will probably solidify your purchase there. I'll say that it's worth buying here. And just scroll on down through the rest of the State of Play. So there's the Soul Reaver right there. Now we got Lego Fortnite split screen update coming soon. Oh, nice. I played it a little bit. You know, it's just interesting, you know, to be playing around as a Lego character in Fortnite. Dynasty, Destiny Warriors, Origins, Monster Hunter Wilds coming out. So a lot of big announcements, man. Head over to GameSpot.com, or you could probably go over to YouTube to the PlayStation YouTube channel and see the announcement. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered also dropping. So they got a lot of good stuff. There's the Stellarblade plus newer game. So that is what we just talked about, the game that is kind of up in the news because of its titled name. And then Ghosts of Yotia. So this is, I would say, a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which great game. I haven't even delved into it. I say just a pinky toe into the game. I haven't even got to the middle part of it. So, but I love the game, and to have this coming out too, it's going to be fun. So there's a lot of good updates. This is my last shooter space games here. PS on PlayStation Plus. October games coming out, and of course, October is horror movie month. So Dead Space being one of them. Yes, one of my favorites right there. Also, WWE 2K24 will be on PlayStation Plus for free, and was it Doki Doki Literature Club Plus will also be out in October for members. They can download and play these games here on PlayStation Plus. So like I said, head over to GameSpot, PlayStation State of Play, type that in, and for September and October, they will give you all the deets of all the games, and you can see everything. Ooh, new PlayStations right there. Ooh, pretty, like the pretty color PlayStations. All right. So let's get on to So things from that, man, love it. State of play is always fun. You see the new exciting games, controllers, right? The PlayStation 30th anniversary, super excited about that. So that should be fun to check out next month or later this year, when the games come out here in a couple of weeks, or when the system comes out. And I wonder how they'll sell is the question. All right, let's see here. Let's get on down the line here. Where are we at? Oh, we on that week. We're back with quick Hittn news bites. Hold up. I'm sorry, not quick Hittn news bites. This or that. All right. Let's get on down. Let's get on down to the this or that.
This or that.
All right. This is coming from me. I put some thought into it this week. I found a good list, and the title of the list is, y'all think y'all like this one? It's going to be this or that, retro games that you wished were on next-gen consoles, so on present consoles today. All right, and the first one up, let me get to it here. And take that down. First one up, so you have them on Xbox or PlayStation in new graphics, updated model. So these two games are first up. GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. I played both. Chat, you could definitely go into letting us know that if you play both GoldenEye and Perfect Zero. And which one would you love to see updated version of? This one's tough for me because I played both heavily. I wasn't so GoldenEye was my gateway game into FPSing, and so and Perfect Dark was one of those shooters RPGs that had a good storyline, very cool graphics, were okay, but something you still got into. But to see it updated, I think it would be cool, and definitely for GoldenEye. So this is a tough one for me because I played both, and I think I got the second one later. So this one's hard for me. But if I got to pick, I'm gonna make a pick because I have to pick. I'm gonna go GoldenEye because that was the first shooter game that I got playing, and I wasn't good at it. I was terrible at it. I got destroyed in it, by the way. But I'll say that. So GoldenEye, to see that updated, new graphics, the company, I don't know who was the developer, I can't remember right now, and the publisher, but get those two together, and of course bring in Xbox or PlayStation and get new graphics and every new engine in it. Oh, that'll be fun. Get some multiplayer, team play, lone wolf or whatever within GoldenEye. I think that would be awesome. I think Perfect Dark would having an update with new graphics would be awesome. So that's my pick. Chat, what about you guys? We got Keto. You see Justin says big head mode with modern graphics would be so gross. Perfect Dark is getting rebooted, actually. Oh, it is. Oh, nice. GoldenEye was done recently. Was it? I hadn't seen it. I'm about to check it out. Doing it with modern graphics versus a remastered would be cool. Exactly. Man. And so this next one here, this one's easy pick for me because the one game I have not played, one game I did play a lot with one of my older brothers all the time. So in this next this or that, this one should be easy for most, maybe hard, I don't know. But for me, it's easy. Twisted Metal. I played Twisted Metal. I believe that came out on PlayStation 2. My older brother, all the time, going over his house, hanging out. I was in the league, but if so, when I come home or visit, we were playing this game, and I was playing it at home too. And they have obviously the TV series is out now with Anthony Mackie, so fun game to go. And with all the racing games they have and the new updated scheme, I think Twisted Metal and having a Sweet Tooth updating him with new graphics, his hair of fire and all that, and then blowing, the graphics of cars racing and getting blown up. I think either PlayStation, because that's their exclusive game, I believe, they could knock it out the box and doing a remastered of that. And not even a remastered, almost just a whole boot that thing. Just pull up and reboot it, And if they need me in there, do a voiceover for Anthony, I know him. He could just say, hey, G, you could go be my voiceover. Appreciate you, Mr. Mackey. I'll take it. But another one, fun one here. For the Nintendo fans out here, which I am one of them, Star Fox 64 or F-Zero to be updated with new graphics, new engine, maybe a few new characters, and obviously DLC. That's how we do things these days. For me, first one pops in my brain because I played it more than F-Zero is Star Fox 64. So having Star Fox updated with new graphics and everything, that would be me. I would love to see that. F-Zero was a fun game, is a fun game. You know, still play on the road, the track on Mario Kart. So if you see it there, and if you have an old Nintendo 64 game emulator, you could play it right now. Or if you have your 64, it still works. Knock it out. But Star Fox for me, man. What about you, chat? We got Keto says Star Fox. Let's just say Twisted Metal for sure. How have they not tapped back into that? I don't know. Sometimes it's just it's right. I'm with you, Justin. It's like to have big ideas. It's right there. Sometimes the simple ideas are right in front of you. All right, next two games here. I've only heard of one and only played it once or twice, and so I'm not really. I'm just going off of experience. So this next games is Jet Set Radio or Crazy Cat or Crazy Taxi. I played Crazy Taxi. It's kind of like Twisted Metal. So I'm gonna just go just for what I know, Crazy Taxi, because I didn't really play or heard of Jet Set Radio until I did the homework to do this list for this or that. So what about you? What about you, chat? What you got in there? Somebody tell me, what is Jet Set Radio? What type of game? I'm assuming it's a car game because if it's matched up with Crazy Taxi, which was a Crazy Taxi game, you know. So I believe it's in the work. Ooh, Keto, you just know everything, don't you? So I think adding multiplayer and being in a squad with people online would be fun. For 007, for GoldenEye, yeah, I would definitely be down for that. And get rankings, and then you obviously get all the skins because James Bond is never in the same outfit. That's just fun right there. All right, let's head it down the list. We got it, Crazy Cab, Taxi. I want to say Cab, but it's Taxi for Keto there. All right, last couple here. Fun games. Games from Nintendo again. Or not Nintendo, just fun games. Jet Set, or Justin says Jet Set was like a rollerblading game, I think. Okay. So Jet Set was like artistic Tony Hawk type game with graffiti and music, like the spiritual successor of Bomb Funk Cyberpunk. Oh, I'm gonna check that out. It's probably on Steam or something. All right, next list of game titles here to be on next gen console. We got Banjo-Kazooie and Conquer Bad Fur Day. And that's just another one. I've heard of Banjo-Kazooie. That was on Xbox 360, and I played it just a smidgen. But the Conquer's Bad Fur Day, I don't know. What's that about, y'all? Let me know. Fill that in. But I'm going to go with Banjo. I've seen that. I got the game. And they had 4 of those games released during 360's lifespan. And to see that one updated be fun to play because it's a goofy game. It's kind of like Crash Bandicoot, a little bit of Crash Bandicoot mixed with Mario Brothers, kind of smashed together, and Banjo together. Let's just go like that. All right, and then the last two are, I think, PlayStation Legends of games that were on the PlayStation 1, as they're going to likely say, is Metal Gear Solid, PlayStation 1, or Silent Hill. And I know they already done both of these games, and I think they remastered. I don't know when. I can't remember when, but I know Silent Hill, they did something remastered with Silent Hill not too long ago. And Metal Gear Solid, I know they're still bringing out new editions of that, actually, because I think we just covered, I know for game releases of the week, it was on the list. I just didn't pick it. Third opinion, give me a Rayman reboot. I hear you, Justin. Something that's not on the list. That's how we do in the Gamers Lounge. Hey, we add up another category, or not category, another region, space for another game. And Rayman, I remember I played a little bit of Rayman. And like games like Rayman, it's kind of like games like Astrobot. I watched a few streamers. Shout out to Lemon Kiwi. I watched her play Astrobot the other day on stream. And this is one of those games you could just press the B button or the A button all day long and just shoot objects and just vibe. And she was in that vibe stream. So that's how I feel with Rayman there at Keto. He says Metal Gear Snake Eater is getting a remake. There we go. But yeah, so have those little fun, cool little games like that. So this one, you know, you gotta have them, gotta play them. Get away from all the serious stuff every now and then, from the Call of Duties, from the Halos, from the Maddens being super competitive. Then go and boom, boom, play something really fun and easy. What's up, Average Historian? How you doing, man? I'm doing well. Just rolling solo today. And so we're just finishing up game releases. Now we're just finishing up, I'm sorry, this or that. And now we're going into game releases. This is a fun game that I picked out for you guys to enjoy. Let me get my game going. Let me see, lower the volume a little bit. And see here, boom. And then get it playing, boom. Take that off first. Oh, wait a minute.
Who's the bully?
Let me stop that. Stop. Hold up. I went too fast. Game releases. There we go.
It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
All right, game releases. There it is. Now let me go back. Let it play. Boom. This game is crazy. I did kind of like John, how he picks games. And I saw the title. It said Pineapple, a Bittersweet Revenge. So this is on PC, iOS. That means Android. That means your iPhone and your Android phone, and on PC. Comes out tomorrow. So Revenge, Bittersweet Revenge, Pineapple, a Bittersweet Revenge is a mobile puzzle and narrative-driven prank simulator game developed by Patrons and Escondates, if I'm saying that correctly. Escondates. So players will get to go back to school. I said players will get back at school bullies, get back at school bullies by pulling pranks off to take justice back into their own hands. So orchestra the most elaborate pranks and strategies using nothing but a pineapple as the catalyst. So Pineapple, a Bittersweet Revenge is launching here tomorrow. So check that out. So you get to pull pranks on the bullies. I was beating up the bullies when I was in school, elementary. That's facts. So I wasn't obviously a big guy. So that's what actually another reason why I picked this game, because I was the one kid that didn't back down from the bullies, how big they were or how threatening they might have been. I grew up with two older brothers and was not afraid of bullies. So that was one reason I picked it. That was the other reason I picked this game. And then Pineapple, a Bittersweet Revenge. You just don't get better than that in its name. So you get to pull pranks on the bullies that are looking for you on campus. And you know how bullies can be back in the day. They was like, man, give me your lunch money. I'm like, man, are you serious? I said, this is not gonna work because I like to eat. That's what I told one bully that was gonna try to beat me up for my lunch money. I said, look, I like to eat, so just let me know when we're gonna fight, because we're gonna fight, because I cannot miss lunch because I love to eat. Today was a burger day and I like hamburgers, so just let me know when you want to fight. You're not getting my lunch money. So now I can pull pranks now in this game. I love the development of gaming ideas. It's a video game. You pull pranks on the bullies at your school instead of actually facing them. You know, they don't know who did it. You just put them in that trap and boom, there you go. So I love this game. Shout out to the developers and publishers here. Bittersweet. Pineapple Bittersweet Revenge coming out with a fun mobile game. Also, you can play on Xbox and or not Xbox, PC. Sorry, PC.
bully, bully?
Have
Who's the
some fun.
bully?
Be the bully. Prank the bully. Don't be the bully. Guys, prank the bully. There you go. Alrighty. All right. That was fun. Bully. Pranking the bullies, man. Pranking the bullies is, I think it's going to be a blast to do that. All right, now we headed over into our last segment of the show. Fun show today. Good participation from the chat. I love it. Now we're heading into what's on stream, y'all.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry.
Oh, man.
Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
And what has been on stream has been the crazy 2 or 3 episodes left. 2 now. Well, really 1 of The Boys, season 4. Man, between Homelander and Huey, Mother's Milk, Kiriko or Moriko, The Deep is all A-Train, Butcher, Starlight, or Starfire, Starlight. It's just gone this terribly bad downhill for her. And Akito says, look, this looks like something off in the Nickelodeon. Yeah, it does. That pineapple game for sure. What sounds the craziest? The Jon method. Yes, that's what I did. Average historian. What sounds the craziest? But let's get into this, boys. So let's get first episode. Our last episode, second to last episode, episode 7. It is the Insider. Name of the episode recap. So if you remember at the end of, if you watched it and you heard or you watched my recap from last week, so Homelander kind of gets the heads up of what happened, especially not the heads up, but what happened with Lady Sage last episode, where she had the brain lobotomy, and she just their whole plan that was supposed to get introduced to the people that was at Kay Knight's house didn't go good because she just got shot in the head and all that went down with Mother's Milk having a panic attack and all that. So to catch all up, so now he's interrogating her and pretty much fires Sister Sage because that she didn't show up ready to go, but it wasn't her fault. She got a bullet to the head. Thank God she recovers. That's her superpower. She can regenerate her brain. So she was just in kid mode and didn't really, know and could be aware of what the heck was going on in terms of the master plan they had to introduce to all the politicians that were in the room at the time. So, so now still, as you saw, Homelander not happy with her. You're fired. You're out of here. But they're still trying to find this leak. And she even admitted in that conversation that I knew it was A-Train all this time, and now they're all like up in arms in terms of Firecracker and Homelander. Like, man, and he's upset. He's hurt that he found out it was A-Train who was the leak, giving up the information to Mother's Milk and the crew and the boys. So what's that? Justin says the boys was so hard to watch in my house. My wife is not a fan, and I have kids running around. Yeah, definitely that one. I had to watch on my. Hey, the last 3 episodes, yes, you definitely have to watch on your phone, Justin. Man, so good job of trying to getting it in and watching it. But yeah, it is not a family show. It is adult, 21 and up. And so now, of course, Butcher and crew, Mother's Milk, is all trying to kind of catch up to things. They find out that Butcher's been literally talking to himself with Kessler. He's created Kessler in his head because of the cancer, and he brought them up to speed about that. Now, and then Frenchie's out of jail. He was guilty about killing his boyfriend's family, and Kiriko wanted him out because they're besties, right? They support each other, and so he didn't want to be out, but she wanted him out. And then finally, Butcher actually pulled some strings to get him pulled out of jail, so he can then now return to life and continue the fight that what they're trying to do against Vault and the Seven, because they're trying to get this serum created to kill Homelander. Like they know if it gets made, the scientists did tell them if it gets made, you got to be careful because then the version I made first round kills all the supers. So obviously you don't want to kill all supers because all supers are not bad on planet Earth in this universe. But the ones that are is the ones they want dead, Homelander and his crew. And so right now, Mother's Milk. So everybody's that's going. If you remember last episode, Huey had his stuff with his dad. Mother's Milk had his stuff with his panic attack, and so everybody's storyline is kind of getting kind of closed off. So Mother's Milk decided to now leave. You know, he has the panic attack. The doctor says, whatever you're doing that is getting you to this point where you're passing out, you need to stop doing it. So obviously we know what that is. So that's hard for him to do that only because, you know, this is a main mission for a long time. But he starts the process, gets plane tickets for his wife and daughter to go to Belize. He will join them at the airport at that time. But obviously later in the show, we find out he has to basically stay along with the crew. And this is catching up with Huey and Starfire, where they're getting the next game plan together to try to track down either A-Train or find out what's going on. But they've stumbled upon this I'll say I would say it was a captive first, but we find out later she was just somebody that needed to be locked up. She is a shape changer. She changes shape from anything she touches. She rips her skin off, so it's kind of gross how she transitioned from one skin to another, looking like one person to another. And so by the time she gets out the building, becomes that lady. And then when they come out, they can't find her. So now they're looking for this person that not really good, but has their own agendas. I mean, they're bad, but this shapeshifter has their own agenda. So now they're trying to find her. They're not going to find her at this moment. So they cut that chase off to go back to where they were going to with trying to make sure the serum gets made that doesn't kill the certain soups that are. And so Huey, in the meantime, talk to the head popper to make sure, find out where she's laying in her head in terms of all this master game plans for taking over the world, what the soups are do, where she's at in the middle of this. And remember, they used to work on campaign when she was running, and he was one of her promotional people. So that's where he's going to have the face-to-face with her. And then this is where A-Train pops up, where he tells Mother, hey, I'm the leak. We got to go. I'm telling you this because, I'm not in on what Homelander and crew is doing. So what's the game plan, Mother's Milk? And so they're kind of talking back and forth here on that. And A-Train obviously knows that Homelander knows what's going on now, and he's well aware of it. So he's got to cut ship. The good thing is when he did, actually it'll pop up later. I won't give that up now. But Mother's Milk is telling him, look, I got to get out of this. I almost died. And then A-Train's like, look, man, wherever you go, it doesn't matter. The 7 will find you. You go to Belize. The 7 will find you if you go to some island in the Pacific, no matter where you go. So you got to come basically stay and fight now before you decide to cut and run, with your family and with your health issues and stuff like that. And now telling a story to where they're talking to, I forgot his name, the web shooter, where Huey borrowed a suit to be inside Tech Knight's house. And so they are interrogating him about it. And he's fessing up, but he is at the same time, he's so nervous. His web comes out of his right above his pelvic bone on his backside. I'll say that. And he's nervous. So he's like spewing out web material out of his upper back area. Is so gross. And to interrogate to find out, how long was he, did he let Huey borrow his suit at the night of at the bar or at the house where all the politicians were there and they were telling the story, and he told him that Huey bugged the house, so they know what's going on. And then so fast forward to the Deep, he has a little relationship issue with his it was an 8 tentacle girlfriend there. So then we're into the fight scene. So this is the wrap of the show where you got Noir shows up, the Deep shows up to try to battle it out with against Butcher and the crew. Mother's Milk, I think, is in this. Starfire, she's powerless, but she's there. And I think Huey's there too. And Butcher are fighting. That Mariko is there too. So no, it's Mariko, A-Train, and Butcher. And so Butcher takes a shotgun to Noir, puts him down. So Starfire is there, but she's not. She has her strength. She's beating the tar out of Deep. Deep is trying to act all, like a bad dude, and he's not. In my book, he's a funny superhero. If that, and so he gets beat down by Starfire, and all of this is because now they know that A-Train is the leak. So Homelander sent them over to the boys' headquarters to try to take them out, and so now they're obviously fully aware that the Seven knows who they are, where they are, and now it's time to fight back and try to get this whole master plan of what the Seven's trying to do, get it done, and make sure it doesn't happen. I mean, and then to wrap up the episode here, we got Sister Sage back meeting with her about what are the things they can do, since everybody knows, they know the boys know what's going on. They know what happened to Sister Sage, but he also knows that Sister Sage is somebody he has to work with because she's who she is. She's Sister Sage. She's smart superhero that they know, but he doesn't like the fact that she knew that A-Train was the leak and never said it to him, but she's like, it didn't matter. I gave him the information I wanted him to share. So it was false information he gave to the boys' crew. So he did what he's supposed to do. So don't be mad at me, that it worked, but it didn't work in a way that Homelander wanted. So that's where he's kind of like upset with her and tells her to leave again. Well, and then A-Train and Ashley, Ashley helped A-Train in the last episode, but now he's back to help her. Like, hey, let's go, let's leave. And of course, for whatever reason, she just can't leave. I don't get it. With all the crap she's seen working for Vault, she's just not in a place to bounce right now. But she does tell A-Train, if you're going to leave, make sure you take out the tracker. And he done that with all his family members and everything. And so he's home free. She does help him with that. And that, and then Justin, that's right, with A-Train Redemption arc was awesome, because he even said, like, the scene where he took Mother's Milk to the hospital and he saw the kid there, and the kid was like, oh my God, it's A-Train, and he saved this guy. And he's like, man, that had scene where I believe he was talking with A-Train with Mother's Milk. That was the scene where he felt redemption. Like you said, redemption was there. So really glad that they didn't give that to the Deep, even though they did tease it for a bit. They said, love the direction they took here. Yeah, me too. And then also the little clip you saw before where I stopped it here. Let me go back a few seconds. Here, right here, this is the shapeshifter that was running away from Starfire and Butcher when they found her in that house, but they didn't know it. So she takes a picture of her, and then boom, she kind of disappears. But what we didn't see was off camera is that Starfire goes to the bathroom and then gets basically knocked out with stuff over the mouth, and then she wakes up later at the end of the show in handcuffs. So now, as the scenes pop up, that's Starfire right now talking to Butcher, talking to Huey about what their game plans are to try to, again, fight against Vault and all this. And so just remember that scene just happened there. So this is Frenchie back at the lab helping the doctor come up with the solution to make sure that the serum only kills Homelander and not just wipes out all the soups on planet Earth. No genocide going on. So that's the idea, because obviously Frenchie, unfortunately, was a drug dealer, learned how to do things, and could help him out. And what he does underhandedly, he stabs Mariko in the leg with the serum for Homelander, and just in the nick of time, Frenchie's able to chop off her leg. If you see her baby leg right there, like Deadpool getting his hand chopped off, she has now a baby leg because Frenchie had to save her, because the doctor was going to he injected her leg with the affected Gen V virus. So it does work. because it was almost killed Mariko there, but with Frenchie being there, chopping the leg off, there you go. And then here is Homelander's son doing a Christmas special that, if you listen to the words, if you watch the episode, you can see and hear that the words they're saying is not agreeing with, I think his name is Billy. And he totally like saying, no, this is not true, because the song is like being weird. Like, hey, don't tell friends this. They're basically narrating what you need to tell and how you need to treat family and friends. And he gets up, he's like, no, this is not me. This is not something I go by. This is nothing my mom likes to do either. So he basically runs to the camera and he's about to tell the truth about things, about stuff he don't like. He says a few things about what he don't like and what he doesn't like about this whole setup of him in this cartoon or puppet show. And Butcher says, look, that's why I love the kid. That's why, I have his back. And then he passes out from the brain cancer that's in his body that's festering and growing. And then to wrap up their situation here, again, remember that scene. That's not Starfire. That is the shapeshifter. So Huey, unfortunately, thinks it's her. But no, she wakes up after the little rendezvous hookup, and she grabs and steals in from the manipulation of being who she is, a shapeshifter. She now has some of Huey's and vital information that they need to do what they need to do, their job. And so this shapeshifter coming into the fray is like a wild card that I did not see coming. To have her at the start of the episode and then later at the end of the episode, great job by the writers and directors of that to do that, because that, is a twist. And I like twist. But that's a big one right there. To have the shapeshifter come in, you don't know what's going to happen next because there's only one more episode for this season. But as I mentioned before in previous episode, there is a season 5 that has been green lighted, and so pretty sure they're shooting it now. So we'll find out if we don't get that tied off with the shapeshifter and what she's going to do with the information she has in episode 8 coming up next week. It's going to be interesting because you got obviously season 5 to tell all that story. But then next week we'll see the final ending of I'll start with Butcher and his chronic cancer that's growing in his head, and him seeing Kessler and his wife and all the craziness there. Homelander, what goes down there? My thing, every time I see Homelander, I'm like, who he's about to laser in the face first or who next? Because he's good for lasering people just because they just start talking. He's so annoyed with people, soups and humans alike. And humans, he feels superior to them. So he just wants to don't even want to hear him. He just slices them in half. So that's what every scene that I see with Butcher, I just know he's about to slice somebody in half with his laser eyes. So we got that issue. We have, like I said, Butcher and his cancer, and then the boys fighting the 7 to keep them from initiating their game plan of ruling the world, to see what Head Popper does, the scientist, and the vaccine that is now a vaccine only for Homelander to kill him. And hopefully it does work and doesn't just spread and kill all soups, because then we got a serious problem. That's been discussed already. So episode 5, ready to see that. I'm ready to see all the ends get tied off, but then obviously the ones that have to carry over to season 5, I'm okay with that because it's already been greenlighted. But I want to see some things, how the finale is on things. So next week is the finale. I'll be here to talk about it and give my thoughts and feelings on it. So far, this boys season 4 has been crazy. I mean, like I said, 21 and up, when really anybody 20 up needs to be watching this. Not needs to be watching it, but can only watch this. Anybody, if you're under 21, don't watch this. Don't be allowed to watch what's been going on in season 5. It's particularly the last 3 episodes been crazy. Don't allow it. If not, you're a bad person. No, I'm just kidding. But it's been interesting. I'll just say that, to say the least. Boys, season 4, super interesting. So we're at the end of the show, man. I appreciate everybody coming in to chat. Justin, Average Historian, Akito, appreciate you, man. I Campo, hadn't seen you in a while, bro. Hope you well. And Justin Finislaw says Anthony Starr plays such a good, insane superhero with Homelander. Yes, that's been said a lot. And when I'm doing my homework, reading up on The Boys each episode, and to see him as an actor, see him as the real life actor, doing the interview, I was like, man. So that means he has it in him. He has an evil villain in him to pull that off. Because you see him in real life, he's doing interviews, he's smiling, he's a different tone, different hair color, and everything. And it's like, wow, I can't believe that's in you, But it is. It's a part of acting that you have to pull out, do things that are not you, but you make it you. And that's the fun part of seeing certain actors, actresses, writers, directors pull it out of themselves and make it fun to watch. Oops, I have the wrong banner up here. I need past everything here. Oops, wrong one. Where was that? Boom, there we go. Oh man, and before I wrap, I do have Ahman's Gamer Tip of the Week. Real simple. It's not hard, but people make this tip real hard. Stay hydrated while you're gaming. And I say stay hydrated no matter how you game. If you're gaming, reading, doing homework, working, water. So I got my bottle of water right here. I know I probably haven't taken a whole bunch. I have cayenne pepper and it helps with digestion. So I'm always up on the things. Me and my wife, we're very hyper aware of certain things everything that goes in our bodies. But drink your water while you're gaming. And reason why is it helps with focus. It helps the our body, the water is like fuel. It's like oil, keeps the body moving in good spaces or moving good. I mean, because obviously dehydration is not fun. It keeps you alert. It keeps you ready, keeps you focused, and helps with your skin. Helps with your stress levels, drinking all the other things. I understand that they taste good. You like the feel that something with caffeine or with that other whatever else in there to get you amped up. If it's natural, great. Like my shout out to Dr. Tom and Amy, Dr. Amy, his wife, that makes Sly a natural drink that gives you energy. All natural ingredients. That's different. But for water, that was the first Gatorade, pretty much, y'all. So drink it. And a little formula that I do with drinking daily is the earth is 70% covered in water. And so that is what our bodies need on a daily basis. So the goal is to drink 70% of your body weight in ounces daily. That's the goal. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you got to hit it, but that's the goal to get to. So if you get 60 or 50, you're doing great. If you never have done where you drunk that much water in a day. And for athletes today, if you see an athlete walking around, they got a jug of water in their hand. On campus at any university campus, you see the athletes walking around with jugs of water. Professional athletes, if you hang around them, or if you're an athlete yourself, you know what I'm talking about. Drink the water, helps you stay hydrated, helps you stay focused. It keeps you in a good state of mind, doesn't raise your blood pressure, doesn't raise your cholesterol or anything like that. So it keeps you keeps all your inside, your organs, your mind, your body, your soul, everything moving good. And you sip it, you don't guzzle it. That's another thing a lot of people don't realize. Like to stay hydrated, like when you're thirsty, obviously when you're thirsty, you're working out, you're breathing hard. You take a sip, you drink it down. You don't sit here and guzzle it, like try to drink the whole bottle in one session, like in one sip. No, you just no sip. This bottle here, it'll take me about a half hour to go through this bottle, and then I'm downstairs filling it up, getting another one. And obviously be careful of the plastics too. I think this plastic is good plastic. You know, to be termed between recyclable and good for the environment. So always I'm conscious of that too. But if anything, stay hydrated during gaming. So there you go. I know I rambled on enough here. All right. So people, thank you for coming in to the Gamers Lounge. Thank you for listening to the Gamers Tip of the Week. Appreciate y'all. So I hope everyone has a good rest of your week. And this is all my social media you can find me on. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on X, millions.co. You can check me out there as well. And I'm trying to think else. Anything else? Akito, yep, catch you later. Probably on some Halo later tonight. I'm gonna try to stream, even though my PC is down. I do have this laptop. I don't know if the laptop will be able to manage the stream. I don't know. I'll try it to see what happens. I gotta download my OBS to this because I do want to stream. I want to play some Halo for sure, and love streaming it out. That's one of my favorite shooters. So I will let you know, Akito. Yep. All right, man. Everyone have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna shut this thing down. Have a good rest of your week. Be safe. Enjoy the weekend because we got some college football, NFL football. WNBA is in the playoffs now. NBA is about to start back up, and baseball is going into the playoffs. So we got October right around the corner. So appreciate y'all for coming in. See you same bat time, same bat channel next week here on Twitch and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. There it is. All right, y'all. Peace out. Here we go. I gotta do this. Let's do this. Let's do this first. Let's go here. Bye. Boom. Let's go get the music. Get the music.